Speech off.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I wanted to do what I added to Goodreads in March. I think this is going to be short because I read a lot of these, so I might have talked about them already. I was just excited to read them, so I'm not going to talk about those, so this should go pretty quickly. Let's just get started. We have, the first one we have is Only I Can Save Them by Imogen Matthews. I saw this one on, I think it was like a recommendation for me on Kindle, and I got the audio. The little girl's eyes brim with tears. My hands shake with fear as I take her picture right before the carriage doors bolt shut, taking her and hundreds of others to Auschwitz. This photo proves what the Nazis are doing. But what will I have to sacrifice to show the world the truth? Nazi-occupied Poland in 1942. Rudolph's heart breaks as the gates of Westerbork transit camp clang shut behind his Jewish family. He had no choice but to accept a job as the camp's photographer to keep his children safe. He sees the barbed wire surrounding them. Is this a trap? And will they ever walk out of here again? Rudolph takes portraits of hundreds of tired souls, their clothes stitched with the yellow star they are forced to wear, marking them for deportation. He knows what the Nazis are doing to families just like his. But with each day comes little acts of resistance. And one day, when the guards aren't looking, he takes a picture of a little girl on a train to Auschwitz, her tear-filled eyes pleading for help. That night, holding his young son in his arms, Rudolph's heart is torn. This is no life for his children. His photographs could change the course of the world, and this could be his only chance to save them all. Then Rudolph and his family are ordered to report to the platform at daybreak, and as light creeps into the eastern sky, the atmosphere in the camp is tense. Do the Nazis know about the photo of the little girl, and can he still save the people he loves the most? That was a little bit too much of a description, right? Oh, that's spoilery? Oh well. Next we have A Perfectly Nice Family by Nicole Trope. Stephanie cradles her coffee and gazes out to the little house at the end of her garden. The family who just moved in seems perfectly nice, if a little odd. And it's only now that Stephanie realizes, I guess, it's supposed to be the word. Goodreads, skip words. If she can see them, they can see everything inside her house too. So, Creepy Neighbors. Then we have Poison by Mary Meekum. I think it's a Snow White retelling of some kind. I'm not sure. I remember someone talking about it, and it just came out on audio, so I got it. Then we have The Stolen Marriage by Diane Chamberlain. I heard about this one from Lindsay's Little Library. In 1945, Tess DeMello abruptly ends her engagement to the love of her life, marries a mysterious stranger, and moves to Hickory, North Carolina. Tess's new husband, Henry Kraft, is a secretive man who often stays out all night, and Tess quickly comes to realize she is now trapped in a strange and loveless marriage. The people of Hickory love and respect Henry and see Tess as an outsider, treating her with suspicion and disdain. What does everyone know about Henry that she does not? When a polio epidemic strikes the town, taking the lives of so many of its children, the townspeople band together to quickly build a polio hospital. Tess, who has a nursing degree, bucks Henry's wishes and begins to work at the hospital. As Henry's actions grow more baffling and alarming by the day, can she untangle her husband's mysterious behavior and save her own life? Sounds like fun. Okay, read these already, talked about them. The Lost Diary of Anne Frank by Johnny Teague. I found this completely by accident. This is a reimagining of Anne's diary if she had been able to write in it during her time in the camps after they were discovered. It doesn't have very good ratings, but I bought it before I realized that okay, I don't know what my neighbors were screaming about. Sorry. Anyway, I bought it before I looked at the ratings. And now I guess we'll see if I like it. No One to Miss Me by Kathy Glass. This is a fostering memoir. She wasn't supposed to write anymore, but I guess her publisher convinced her to write another one. So this one's coming out on September 10th. So I'm very excited. Then we have A Haven for Her Heart, Redemption's Light #1 by Susan Ann Mason. Heard about this one from Chloe from Always Booked. I'm pretty sure that I added it to my TBR and I talked about it in a video way back when, and then I deleted it from my TBR because I was, well, it's about, okay, homeless after being released from a women's reformatory in 1939 Toronto, Olivia Rossetti is taken in by an angel of mercy, Ruth Bennington. The two discover they share a painful past and together decide to open a maternity home for troubled women. So I was a little bit worried that I wouldn't like it in case, like, their maternity home made them give up their babies, but I'm gonna try it anyway. Then we have The Secret Midwife of Berlin by Suzanne Fortin. Actually, this is my April TBR, so I'm not going to read that just for time's sake. I got other videos to make. And then The Dance Teacher of Paris is another one that I'm going to read. Okay, here's one that I can talk about. The Book Club for Troublesome Women by Marie Bostwick. I heard about this one from Gloria Z. Thompson. Oh, and Haven for Her Heart. Did I say I heard about it from Chloe? Whatever. I heard about it from her. Anyway. 4 dissatisfied 60s era housewives form a book club turned sisterhood that will hold fast amid the turmoil of a rapidly changing world and alter the course of each of their lives. That's all I need to know. Book club, women bucking the system. I'm in. Then we have A Girl from Yamhill by Beverly Cleary. Heard about this one from Jen's Reading Life. I'd heard about this book, but I did not realize it was her personal memoir. I just thought it was some other book that she wrote. I didn't really look into it very much. I remember seeing it on shelves as a kid, but I never had the urge to read it. Now I will, maybe. And we have some new releases. A Brood Awakening by Pepper Basham. Heard about this one from Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. This one's coming out May 5th. A small town tea shop owner with a sweet tooth and a devil-may-care Englishman with more savory tastes join forces to cater a British-themed wedding. Sparks fly. Okay. This isn't normally my thing. I don't normally like enemies to lovers, but weirdly enough, I kind of tend to forgive British snobs more than I do American ones, just because their accents and they just sound so charming that I don't really care. But give me an American grump and I don't like him. And what makes me even more toxic in my bookish opinions is that I will take all the curmudgeonly women, but if a man has a chip on his shoulder, I instantly hate him. In real life and in books. Should I do a video on all my toxic bookish opinions? Let me know. But yeah, I'm going to try this. And apparently he's a single father. So that's another point in his favor. Any romance with a kid I usually like. So, yeah. Then we have The Brunswick by Callie Murray. Another one that I heard about from Katie, coming out May 19th. In 1939, Georgia, far removed from the war brewing overseas, Cora Kane's world feels small and shrinking. And what? Anyway, there she runs the Brunswick, her family's once grand hotel, which is now struggling as the town's general store. When Thomas Watkins arrives seeking work and solace after his mother's death, and a connection sparks between them. Through Thomas, Cora glimpses a life beyond obligation and her war hero father's unpredictable moods. But everything changes when Cora is asked to turn the Brunswick into a sanctuary for Jewish refugee children fleeing persecution in Germany. As Cora and Thomas prepare for the children's arrival, they struggle to confront their pasts and the prejudice of their neighbors as their fragile hope is put to the test. Meanwhile, in Vienna, 10-year-old Charlotte is offered refuge in America. But even with the horrors she sees around her, Charlotte wonders how her parents could possibly send her away. As war's shadow begins to reach small-town Georgia, each person must face what love demands and decide what they must hold on to and what they must let go of. So it's about these two different perspectives. The girl who's brought to America and the people who are taking care of her. And other refugees. I'm interested. I love, like, war stories with potential adoptions. As bad as that sounds. Where We Belong by Kim Vogel Sawyer. Heard about this one from Chloe. Lou from Christian Faith and Fiction. And Katie from Paperbacks and Ponytails. This one's a popular one. This one's coming out April 21st. 4 Lives from Kansas and New York cross paths and... Okay. As a widow who never had children of her own, Hester Hack, I don't know, never imagined she'd open her home in Kansas to not just 1, but 3 kids from the bustling streets of New York. But when the Children's Aid Society unexpectedly allows her to take 2 sisters and a young boy into her care, I guess, she rises to the challenge. What is wrong with Goodreads? Hester is determined to provide a safe, loving home for these children, even as the shadow of them potentially leaving looms over her. Callum Holbrook struggled with despair after losing his wife. Grieving and unable to provide for his family, he made the agonizing decision to entrust his daughters to an orphanage, promising it was only temporary. Now stable with a secure job, he is horrified to learn his daughters have been sent halfway across the country. With newfound determination, Callum sets out on an arduous quest to bring them back home. My guess is it's going to be a romance and they're all going to live happily ever after. But I'm good with that. Then we have The Someday Garden by Ashley Poston. I heard about this one from Krista from Books and Jams. This one's coming out June 16th. When Sophie Dreer plans her escape to coastal Maine for the summer for a temporary job revitalizing the storied grounds at Lillimore House, she doesn't expect to fall in love. But she does, with the beguiling land, the fragrant flowers, and the towering hedge maze, with the quirky staff and the enigmatic woman who owns the place. And then the door appears. Never in the same place twice, it leads her to a secret and unfinished garden with a frustrated thundercloud of a man trapped inside. Sounds fun. I read another one by her. I can't remember what it was called. A Time Slip or something. I don't know. Then we have Truffle Trouble. Okay. Amish Candy Shop, number 10. Just came out. Oh, I got a trilogy by Colin Coble. It was on sale. It was literally all 3 in one, like, box set on Audible. So, yeah. It's the Sunset Cove series. The first one's called The Inn at Ocean's Edge. Claire's visit to a luxury hotel in Maine awakens repressed memories, threatening all she holds dear. In 1989, Claire Delamar disappeared from her own 4th birthday party at the Hotel Tourmaline on the island of Folly Shoals, Maine. She showed up a year later at the same hotel with a note pinned to her dress, but no explanation. Nobody knows where Claire spent the year, and until now, Claire didn't even know she had ever been missing. But when Claire returns to the hotel for a business meeting with her CEO father, disturbing memories begin to surface, despite her parents' best efforts to keep them forgotten. Luke Rocco lost his mother under equally mysterious circumstances. At the same time, Claire disappeared. After a chance encounter revealed the unlikely link between them, Claire and Luke set out together to uncover the truth about what happened that fateful year. I'm intrigued. Then we have the Rose trilogy by Beverly Lewis. I had already owned this. I just forgot to put it on my TBR when I bought it a couple years ago, so I just added it. The first one's called The Thorn. Lancaster Rose Kaufman, a spirited young woman, has a close friendship with the bishop's foster son. Nick dresses plain and works hard, but stirs up plenty of trouble too. Rose's sister cautions her against becoming too involved, but Rose is being courted by a good Amish fellow, so dismisses the warnings. Meanwhile, Rose keeps house for an English widower, but is startled when he forbids her to ever go upstairs. What is the man hiding? Rose's older sister, Hen, knows more than she should about falling for the wrong man. Unable to abandon her Amish ways, Hen is soon separated from her very modern husband. Maddie, their young daughter, must visit her father regularly, but Hen demands she wear Amish attire and speak Pennsylvania Dutch, despite her husband's wishes. Will Hen be able to reestablish her place among the people she abandoned, and will she be able to convince Rose to steer clear of rogue neighbor Nick? I'm kind of interested in this because we don't really see stories where, like, it's like a custody battle between parents. One's Amish and one isn't. But honestly, with Beverly Lewis, I'm thinking they're going to get back together and he's going to turn Amish for her or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I kind of would love an Amish custody battle type thing, where an Amish woman is forced to go to court against her will. Sounds fascinating. Birds on a Wire by Katie Powner. Heard about this one from Lou from Christian Faith and Fiction. I don't know when this is coming out. I forgot to write it down. Sometime in April, though. When her newborn son, Providence... Why would you name your kid Providence? Anyway. Is taken by CPS, 18-year-old Bree Marshall is determined to do whatever necessary to get him back, with or without Providence's father. But hurdles like no job, car, or family support complicate the process. Bree never expected to sink this low. What will it take to hold her baby in her arms again? 39-year-old Laura Gambler. Again, what is it with these names? We have Providence and then we have Gambler. Anyway, facing the big 4-0 is managing new challenges with her own children when she's asked to take in baby Providence. She could never have imagined the chain of events that agreeing to foster would set in motion, or the carefully buried pain from her past it would drag back to the surface. Both women wrestle with doubts about the future and their ability to parent Providence, even as their love for him grows stronger every day. As their lives become irrevocably intertwined, the two very different women face the same impossible question. Who is the best mother for Providence? I mean, it's a custody battle, pretty much. This is my kind of book. So far, the audio isn't available for pre-order. It better be on audio because I want it. And on that note, that is everything that I added to Goodreads in March. I think this is short. Sorry about my neighbors screaming. It's Easter. They are probably doing an egg hunt of some kind. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye!
Take picture. Stop recording video.